Welcome back to the channel as it is Edmonton Oilers game day as the team is back in Edmonton to take on the Anaheim Ducks. But before we get to that, congratulations to the women's Olympic team for ice hockey coming out, beating the States 3-2 in the gold medal game to secure their fifth Olympic gold medal in the last six Olympics. That is phenomenal. And one of the Oilers family members, Darnell Nurse's cousin Sarah, had a huge part into that. But so congratulations to them. And also, big accomplishment tonight for our center, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will pass Wayne Gretzky in games played as an Oiler at 697 games. And to me, I think Nuge is an Oiler forever. He brings something to this team that not a lot of centers do, and it's a great two-way game where he could score. He's not going to be your top offensive guy. The last 10 games he has been, but he's not going to be the 120-point scorer like McDavid and Draisaitl. But he's going to be that guy that can give you 60 to 80 points a season, but also play a really good defensive game. So that's huge for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to surpass the great one for Oilers purposes there. Now to get to the game tonight. Mike Smith was in the starting net. I'm not too sure if he is starting or not. It seems like he is. Lines haven't come out yet. And that's something we have seen with Jay Woodcroft as he kind of waits to tell what the lines are and all that, which is fine by me. It's harder for the other team to gauge who's on what line and stuff till game time. So that's that. Also, this is a huge game, tied with Anaheim, I believe, with 55 points. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. This is a huge game, and you see on the screen right there, Trevor Zegras. He has come into this year, and what can you say about those highlight reel goals, as we have been seeing those types of goals here in oil country by our captain, but to see someone else do it and the magnitude that it is, props to him on that. But this is going to be a game that truly tests the Oilers. The other night was a playoff atmosphere game. Came out on top, and they are playing a 200-foot game. It's not all this offensive pressure, lollygag back to the defensive zone. Jay Woodcroft has this team playing a full 200-foot game. As you could tell too, I've noticed the lines aren't out there as long, so we're getting fresh guys, bang, 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 and so on and so forth for that. The third line has been phenomenal for this Edmonton Oilers club in the last three games, and that is being led by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who has experience leading his own line from when he was younger, and gives the Edmonton Oilers more looks and more depth. And I've said it before, you can't play just two lines of defense when you're the other team coming against the Edmonton Oilers. You got to put who you think will shut down the McDavid line. Then you got to pick from the last two lines who's going to shut down the Draisaitl line. And then finally, you got to try and shut down the third line. And then when McDavid and Draisaitl gets double shifted with that fourth line, then your D is tired. And the Edmonton Oilers have been executing this perfectly, and it's fun to watch so far. And the best part is about this 8-2-1 in the last 11 games, the power play hasn't been the reason we're winning. We have been outscoring opponents 5-on-5 for that duration of time, and it's showing that we can actually play 5-on-5 and don't have to rely on the power play. Do we want the power play to start firing on all cylinders? Yes, of course. That gives you a boost. But knowing you can score 5-on-5 is a great thing to have, because you don't have to rely to score 2 or 3 power play goals a game. You can score one to give you that cushion. Say it's 2-1, you get a power play score. Now all of a sudden it's 3-1, and that is great for the Edmonton Oilers. Uh, what else do I have to say about? We do have, I personally think, a goaltending situation. I know because of salary cap and stuff that Stuart Skinner was an emergency call up to play while Koskinen was in COVID protocol. But beyond that, I think Stuart Skinner has been our best goalie throughout the season. Yes, his record's 6-6, but he has a better goals against average. He has a better save percentage. This kid is phenomenal, and those 6 losses haven't been really any big losses. A couple were, but there was that Detroit game he lost. I think it was 2-1 or something. He hasn't been letting in more than 3 goals a lot, and that helps the Edmonton team that's gonna be pushing every game, taking it day by day. You got to have a goalie that can do that, and Stuart Skinner is turning out to be that guy. Also, this team has got a lot more physical with the likes of Evander Kane, but a young D-man in Marcus Niemelainen, and he has proven to Jay Woodcroft and the Edmonton Oilers team, he's here to stay. The physicality he brings to the Oilers lineup is insane. He's played 10 games and has over 50 hits. Like, I'm sorry, but we haven't had that since I think Theo Peckham did it. If you guys remember him, if you're too young for that, go look him up. But with Darnell Nurse not being as physical and more worried about the 5-on-5 goal scoring in the defensive game, we need a guy like Niemelainen to step up and be physical against the other team's top lines. If you see Troy Terry coming down the boards and you got a hit, Niemelainen takes it. He doesn't back off, and he's been pretty good. And if he knows he's not going to get that hit, you ultimately see the poke check. He's always in the defensive position, even if he's going for a hit. I love to see it. But that's it for today, as that's just a little bit of the news today, as Mike Smith potentially gets the start. Not sure what the lineups are, but we do know that there is an Oilers game on at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll catch you after the game. Stay safe.